More. Which? Yes.
50.
I know. Hard to believe. Hard to believe. Hey, when I wear all black and then the black, does it look like my head's just floating around? It's like fucking Shrek or some shit. Donkey! I played Scotland. I couldn't understand a fucking word they said. All I could remember was Shrek, so I kept walking around the streets going, Donkey! They ass-fucked me there too. When he was 15 years old, already balding, thin basketball etch frame, continuously, nervously banging against the box only he could see, my friend Frank robbed a Kentucky Fried Chicken with a fork. He courted the girl that worked there in her off time. Her girlfriends thought she was way off to go out with a boy that talked like an electric circuit. They had it all worked out except she must have got cold feet on the day of the robbery because she called in sick. At 3 o'clock in the afternoon, in the 85-degree blue-collar melancholy sun, disguised in his brother's red-yellow striped wool ski mask, armed with a stainless steel fork, and 15 years of Catholic Italian belongings, Frank ran into the Kentucky Fried Chicken in the corner of Butternut Lodi, finding no one behind the counter. He yelled to the two people sitting at the booth, eating their original recipe breasts. Everybody hit the deck, and they looked up at him and they laughed. The manager sauntered too casually out from the back room, and Frank screamed again, this time slamming his fork down so hard on the counter that he cut his own hand. And the three people saw the blood and the unrelenting fierceness in the eyes behind the ski mask, and they knew he was serious. Through the dusty and street plate glass window, passerbys could easily witness three people huddled on the ground, and a masked Frank, fork gripped in midair as he jammed down the register button, grabbed $214, and fled. First time he told me this story was 15 years later on a blustery evening. We were broke down in the sub-zero snow this side of the Canadian border. That lonely orange U-Haul squeaking with every jet of northern icy wind provided a refuge in its cab for 8 hours. Me and Frank in the front sharing cigarettes and later end butts and flannel shirts that had been discarded in earlier months, summer days. Come on, you snakes, the son had called. Shed those skins. Till I've forgotten behind the seats, now taken out and used as blankets and stuffed into door cracks to guard against the razor chill. After a few hours and the boredom peaked and the conversation snowballed and turned heated and sillier and confessional and redeeming, and Frank told me about his Italian grandmother, how she'd stare at his carved body, every inch of which was covered with a thick rug-like hair, and she'd shake her head Sicilian serious, and she'd moan in broken English, blood of the wolf, blood of the wolf. In that truck, Frank howled with laughter. Then he told me how he robbed a Kentucky Fried Chicken with a fork, and I screamed with laughter, a fork! A fucking fork! So hard I actually got warm for a few minutes. When they found us 8 Blue Bone cold chill hours later, I was half asleep, but Frank was still doing imitations of his boyhood hero, AC/DC's Bon Scott, yelling, and he made it out with a bullet in the back across the Canadian snow. Hey, I gotta speak to you parenthetically here. This isn't part of the song, but, you know, I travel around alone a lot, you know, and I got all kinds of hours to think about stupid shit, you know. And my friend Frank, he loved Bon Scott from AC/DC. He also loved Phil Lynette from Thin Lizzy, you know. And I get to play Limerick, Ireland. They let me play through Phil's amp. That's a big treat for me. And Thin Lizzy had a lot of great songs, you know. And they had 2 great big hits in the United States, Jailbreak and The Boys Are Back in Town. Let's talk about Jailbreak, if we could, for just a moment. The chorus of Jailbreak went as follows. Tonight, there's going to be a jailbreak somewhere in this town. How about the fucking jail? Would you go there? I would go there. I wouldn't go to the lap dancing place, although maybe the convicts would come out. That was 8 years ago. Frank drives for somebody else and I moved to Texas. We couldn't make a go of our business in upstate New York clerk in the bank repossessed our truck. Last night, when I was headed to the CD player, I thought I heard that truck outside beeping. I rode that truck for half a decade. I know the sound of it and Frank's Loud, Impatient, Black Coffee, and V8 Juice Horn Glass. I was ready to ride. But when I went to the window, there was no truck. And as my eyes scanned the Texas horizon, I thought I saw running behind the trees a boy.